Hey yo, thanks for tuning in to The Source, your source for celebrity news. Check this out. As you guys already know, the other day, Tasha K almost broke the internet when she dropped the following promo. Check this out.
Jada was the woman that everybody wanted, and Will needed that validation to have that type of woman.
You saw her say that Will Smith had a small dick?
Oh, I am saying to you, if a woman is used to something the size of a baby leg and you come in with a pinky toe, there's nothing you can do to please her. You can buy her 80 cars, you can get her 80 private jets. If she's itching for that baby leg, she want that baby leg. You can beat a person so much that they fall into submission.
And who needs enemies when they got friends like you?
Oh, I could tell you what goes on the inside. Everybody else is just speculation.
Damn. Somebody told me I made my pictures in the book.
You know, your picture's in the book and your name is in the book. So you're doing some real elegant pimp. I'm blowing you up.
I love that.
I'm blowing you up.
This is what Jada makes the new people do. And I ain't gonna say no, they probably been there after myself, right? They will make you check into a rehab. And they'll pay for the rehab. Even though you're not on drugs, they're gonna pay for the rehab. And you have to go if you want to work with them. And then I've saw sexual acts that I walked in on.
Who'd you walk in on?
Him and Dwayne Martin.
Okay.
Hollywood is the hurry up and wait game. So 3 minutes later, after them telling me, hey, you got eyes on Will, we need him to come watch this. So I'm running all over the studio. He's not in his dressing room. I go to the cafeteria. I'm like, but I see his car there. I'm like, where's this guy at? So now I'm holding Dwayne down too. So I have the keys to his dressing room. So I'm like, yo, and they're calling I'm on walkie-talkie and they're calling my cell phone. Yo, we need to get Will here. I'm like, yo, kind of fuck down. Like, I'm trying to find this is unlike him, right? So, all right, I open the door to Dwayne's dressing room, and that's when I see Dwayne and having anal sex with Will.
Let me process that for a second.
There was a couch, and Will was bent over on the couch, and Dwayne was standing up, killing him. Murder. It was murder in there.
Yo, I just don't know what in the world is wrong with Tasha K. Either her IQ is really, really high or it's really, really low. And I mean, when doctors do MRIs and x-rays of her head, they must just see like wood chips in there. Because I have a feeling that when Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith get finished suing this chick and dismantling her whole platform, her bank account is gonna be like -$4 trillion with like 12 zeros. I mean, you'd have thought that she learned her lesson with the whole Star/Cardi B incident, but apparently not. And the only thing that I can think of is that she must have thought that she could air out Will Smith's alleged dirty laundry without it being considered slander, as long as the dirt came from somebody else's mouth. And she may have also thought that the story about Will Smith and Dwayne Martin was fair game because brother Salam Bilal had gone on other YouTube shows to share the same story first. Unfortunately, if this chick does not have real receipts in the form of like a video showing Will getting buck with Dwayne, this might be the drink that finally breaks the wino's glass. But, like I said, Tasha K was not the person who broke the story. This dude was doing the rounds on social media all last week, and here are some of the things that he said about Will and Jada. While promoting his new book, entitled Will Smith and Jada, Demonic Circle, Will Smith's ex-assistant and supposed friend of 38 years, brother Bilal Salam, said that he helped to create Will Smith, who he now calls a monster because back in the day, he lied for Will when the cops were getting ready to arrest him in Philly for assault. Bilal says that because he covered for Will and lied in the late 80s, Will was never arrested for the crime that he committed and thus was free to become the megastar that he is today. So, according to Bilal, this is what happened. Back in the day, Will Smith was on his way to the radio station, but before he got there, a whole bunch of dudes with guns came in the radio station waiting for him. So, when he got there, they kinda ambushed him. But Will Smith was with like some dude, and Will Smith gave the dude the nod, and the dude jacked up these dudes. Now, according to Bilal, it was a very bloody scene, and after the incident, The police put out an APB on Will, and Will eventually ended up going to jail. Check this out.
Long story short, they put out an APB on Will. So Will is actually a wanted man in Philadelphia, and anybody can Google this information. And that's the great thing about technology now. You don't got to go to an encyclopedia in the library how we used to do. You can actually Google was there a manhunt in Philly for Will, and Will actually ended up getting arrested and turning himself in. But what happened was that my story is what, and I start my book, the first chapter is I created a monster because I protected Will and Charlie that day because the detective wanted them to lock them up for assault, battery, and everything. And I gave a story that was not the story, what really happened inside that studio.
So you lied for Will?
And yeah.
Now, Bilal claims that because he didn't snitch on Will knew that he was a loyal MFer and he asked him to come work for him as a personal assistant in LA. And one day, while he was minding his business and doing his job, he caught Will Smith engaged in a sexual encounter with actor Dwayne Martin. Bilal described walking into Martin's dressing room and witnessing what looked like a scene from Brokeback Mountain.
I walked in on him, bro.
Having sex?
On the set of all of them. Without question.
On the set of what?
It was a TV show called Oliver.
Oliver. And you walked in and Will Smith and Dwayne Martin having sex?
Yes. Will was, Dwayne was in Will. Yeah.
In addition to this incident, Bilal also alleges that there were times when Will Smith had him spying on Dwayne Martin to make sure that Dwayne Martin wasn't cheating on him with Lisa Ray's husband. Check this out. So
at the time he's saying, Bilal, since I'm not there, I need you to hold down Dwayne Martin for me. On set, make sure he's cool. Treat him like you would treat me. All right, Will. Once again, he think money gonna follow. I got you. Don't even worry about it. I got you. Now, what I come to find out at that point was, Dre, he didn't have me there as a worker. At that point, Dwayne was messing around with Lisa Ray's husband. He had me there spying on Dwayne.
Oh my goodness, this story just gets more and more fantastical the more this dude goes on. Well, anyways, Brother Bilal, who keeps on reiterating that he's a Muslim and that the only reason that he's spilling all of this alleged tea is because he's trying to save his brother Will Smith from himself and from the treachery of Hollywood, goes on to say that Will Smith and Jada are a bunch of deceitful criminals and that if Will doesn't wake up and turn from his wicked ways, he's gonna end up like the next Jeffrey Epstein and Bill Cosby. He also claims that the reason more people in Will's inner circle have not said anything is because Will and Jada make their assistants commit crimes and they videotape them while they're in the act, so that if they ever do decide to speak up, they have evidence to discredit them. Now, it's interesting to note that Bilal also says that he got mad people who were forced to sign NDAs by Will and Jada to talk to him after he hired a private detective to find out who they were and to track them down. Oh geez, what kind of supposed friend hires detectives to dig up dirt on you? I mean, that right there is crazy. But let's listen to what he has to say anyway.
And here's the thing to everybody out here, even though I'm going through stuff with Will, do not be trying to gay bash with. Period. That's his choice, and that's Jada's choice. Let that man live in his truth. I don't agree with it, but it ain't up to me to agree with it. That man got to look in the mirror himself. So this ain't about no gay bashing and all this stuff. And there's gonna be proof that come out that I'm gonna share with everybody that I interview. Yes, the man is definitely bisexual, definitely, and Will is definitely bisexual, and yes, they are swingers. So let's just get that out there and move on, because there's so much more information that we got to deal with. So the ones who want to be in that mud and play in it, we're moving to higher heights.
Dude, what are you talking about? You're the one that's bringing the mud. Alright, I'm sorry to interject. I just had to say that. Back to Bilal.
As I start to do other interviews, man, we're getting more information, period. But let's just get that out there. So hopefully that's one thing that Jada can't hold over him. And Will's gonna have to do a lot of atonement because I promise you, Will and Jada. I promise you, as more people come forward, as I start to speak and bring receipts, there's gonna be the next Jeffrey Epstein, the next Bill Cosby. But the thing is, this is the deep thing, and I'm gonna say this slow. You trying to protect you being bisexual, you have hurt many people to protect your secret. You and Jada have hurt so many people trying to protect your secret. Let me go even deeper since I'm with the remnant. Their assistants and people that work for them now, they say, before you work with us, you need to check yourself into a rehab. You're not on drugs or anything, right? Now we're going to videotape you from the house camera. You need to go in our room and take money out our pockets, right? They make you do all these things and have it on tape. So if you're around them and you decide you want to come out, they're going to discredit you. This person's a junkie. He went into rehab on his date. This person, we caught him on camera going in our pockets, taking money from us. But we let them stay. These are the sick, diabolical things that people will do to get the fuck on.
Now, let's rewind to last week, where he also said this.
You see the amount of hurt that Will and Jada have caused other people. I mean, rushing them. Dude, it's going to be mind-blowing because a lot of what people don't understand about the book is that I hired two leading private investigators to research information for people who have NDAs and so forth. And people are breaking the NDAs around the Will Smith demonic circle book. They're breaking it.
Okay, so Brother Bilal isn't only out here trying to expose Will Smith, but he's also out here trying to expose Jada, because he says that Will Smith is a naturally angelic giving person who wants to help everyone, and to be in his circumference makes you want to be a better person. But Will Smith has not been the same since he put a ring on Jada Pinkett's finger. And according to Bilal, as soon as Will Smith married Jada Pinkett, that's what started the decay in their friendship/brothership, because Jada has what he says is a demonic soul. But Will Smith cannot divorce her under any circumstances because she is the keeper of the secrets, and Will doesn't want what Jada knows to come out, and Jada is taking advantage of that. Now, in an effort to lend to his own credibility and to discredit Jada Pinkett Smith even further, Bilal alleges that Jada Pinkett was lying in her book Worthy when she said that she was a queen pin in Baltimore, because according to him, he knows mad drug dealers from B-More that were in and out of Philly, and they used to tell him the stories. And from what he knows, Jada Pinkett was just like the young, dumb, pretty chick around the way that drug dealers used to use to transport their product. And when she used to drop off that product, she was the jump off, because mad dudes used to run the choo-choo on her. And I know, you're like, Sauce, you gotta be making this up. Nope. Listen to it straight out of the horse's mouth.
Once he got with Jada, that's when he slowly became that monster.
Why? Because she a monster?
Oh, without question, and hated me. Without question, but she a chick from Baltimore, right? Like, you talk about a book, I sold drugs, I do this, all these things you say you were not. You were the chick, and you gotta imagine, a lot of guys used to come down from Baltimore to Philadelphia because we had narcotics that were not in Baltimore. So when you talk about the pancakes, the syrup, the lean, and all that stuff, it was really popular in Philly. So guys would come down. So a lot of the big dudes in Baltimore, I knew. Jada was the chick, hey, put that in your pants. You know what I'm saying? We're going to give you a couple of dollars for doing that. Then when we get at the hotel, me and my whole crew going to run through you. That's who she was. So at the end, she's trying to paint a narrative of her early life to make herself, I don't know what she's trying to do, but at the end, nobody's buying it. It's not authentic.
Now, Bilal also says that one of the only reasons why Jada Pinkett Smith married Will in the first place is because she was looking for the easy come up, and she always viewed Will as a lick. which is why Will Smith went up on that stage and smacked Chris Rock at the Oscars, because he was trying to prove to Jada that he's not a sap. So the sole purpose of that whole smack was to win Jada's heart back. Check this out.
It is extremely simple. They were separated. Will was trying to do something to have that moment, right? You got to look at it. Will was 3 minutes away from what he's worked 30 years for, the validation of 30 years worth of work. You know what I'm saying? And he saw the opportunity to show this, I'm going to risk it all for you. I'm going to risk everything for 30 years of taking, I'm talking about the abuse that you couldn't believe to get where I am. But I'm going to risk it all to show you how much I love you. Now, we're together. Nobody, now I know, and the other people know that's in the circle, that they're not together. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like everybody's saying, oh, man, Will stood up for his wife, right? Those were all the comments the next morning. Or some people was like, oh, man, I want a man to do. Well, that wasn't her man. They were separated. Will was looking for the opportunity for the win. He wanted her back that much that he said, I'm going to risk it all.
So, after sharing all of this tawdry, sensationalized, salacious information, a lot of people are like, yo, if he was Will Smith's friend for like 38 years, why in the world is he trying to expose Will Smith? Well, it appears that we just might have a glimpse into the motive, because this dude owns a product placement company in which he puts like products into like celebrities' hands. And apparently, Will Smith asked him to put together some party bags for a function that he was throwing. And so the dude got all the party bags together, but the function ended up falling through and he was left holding a bag. So now he's mad salty with Will Smith. Listen to Bilal talking about the situation.
Well, Will put out his book Will, and they wanted to pull me in to help with the book, right? So I knew all these celebrities, I was into gifting, so I was supposed to do some gift boxes and so forth and so on. And when it was set up, Jada and Will people treated me so much like a piece of shit. I'm like, yo, y'all want this from me, right? This is what y'all want from me. I'm not gonna allow y'all to treat me. Oh, you think you think you somebody now. We gotta put you in your place. Well, I am somebody. I was somebody back then. But if I don't want to bow down and kiss Jada's feet and lick her toes and all this kind of stuff, and I'm not talking about physically doing that, but that is the behavior. They want to be worshipped. Y'all came and got me. I'm doing my thing. Now I gotta take crap from all these different people. Now I'm cool. I'm straight. And y'all gonna compensate me for wasting my time. Oh, you giving demands? This is how this going. We gonna crush you. And I told them, okay, crush me then. Fucking crush me. So it ain't, and now you're gonna see all the things they've done to try to crush me. Dre, when this stuff come out, it's gonna be crazy. So it ain't, I'm just on here, I just saw all this stuff, I gotta decompress. No, they coming to try to crush me. So do I lay down? It's self-preservation now. It is self-preservation, period. I'm not letting y'all crush me. I come to conquer. You trying to crush me? Okay. All right, let's see how that goes. Period. Because listen, you got to go to the ultimate extreme for me. I'm not just laying down. I'm not just letting you treat me any type of way. I'm not doing that. I don't work too hard. And because I don't want Jada and her team and Will's team to treat me like a piece of shit, I got to be crushed now? I'm not doing it.
Or poor baby got his feelings hurt because Will Smith didn't want to use his gift boxes. Well, anyways, Jada Pinkett has come out and responded to all of this dude's allegations, and Jada says that her and Will Smith both find this whole thing to be laughable, and they got their attorneys lined up. Check this out. Jada knows darn well that Will Smith is at home pacing back and forth on the phone with the attorneys like, yo, we gotta shut this down. Anyhow, I honestly think that Jada saying that her and Will laughed about this dude's allegations is the best thing that she could have done, because anything more or less would have lent credence to this guy's story, and people really shouldn't be rocking with Bilal, because even if what he said is true, or even if like 50% of what he said is true, what kind of so-called friend does this to another friend? Bilal, who claims that Will and him became close back in the day because he didn't snitch, has turned out to be the ultimate snitch. And him saying that the reason why he's putting it all out there on the table is because he's a Muslim and he's trying to be the best that he can be. And part of his purpose is to help Will Smith break free from the demonic forces that are surrounding him. And to like and subscribe to the channel. Peace.